Good late morning, everybody. Hope everybody's having a wonderful, peaceful, tranquil weekend. I am your host, Sean Ferrell. God is great all the time. All the time, God is great. This is the Sean Ferrell podcast. And let's not waste no time, shall we? Let's get right to it. And so I just finished up the Nashville walk yesterday. So I went to back walks. The Memphis walk the weekend before, and the Nashville walk this weekend. And so this one was just as good as the Memphis walk. Um, you know, as the walk began, well, actually, before the walk began, I heard some inspirational stories. Once again, there's a young woman who got up and told her story about how she, I think, her first time she tried to end her life by suicide was around age 12. And she told her a story about how that, and that was inspirational. That was inspirational to hear. And then what kind of made it even better was the fact that as we were all walking, as the walk was just beginning, as we were just beginning to walk, there were two people who hugged me and said, "I'm glad you're here." Two people hugged me and said, "I'm glad you're here." And that was a pretty cool moment right there for somebody to tell me random random people. Well, I wouldn't say they're strangers. It was everybody coming together in the spirit of warmth, love, togetherness, caring for suicide prevention. And someone told me that for those two people who came up and told me that, I just want to let you know I'm glad you're here. No, it just began to hit me right now. It hit me a little bit yesterday. It hit me yesterday, but it's hitting me a little bit more today as well. So, for the people struggling with thoughts of suicide, we're struggling with depression, we're struggling with anxiety. You are loved. You matter. Today needs you. And for the people who are fighting the thoughts of suicide every day, depression, anxiety, but yet are still here, still going, I just want to say, from me to you, I'm glad you're here. For the people who are struggling, who are watching this video, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. And I just know that people out there are just looking to hear some encouraging words. Something that'll suggest that there will be a better tomorrow. Um, One of Kevin Hines' um, phrases is um, more like more like a slogan. It's like a slogan slash phrase. But one of his slogans slash phrases is "Be here tomorrow." And as I looked around at all the teams at the Nashville Walk, I was walking behind myself. I was an individual walker. I don't quite remember all of the team names. Um, as a matter of fact, I don't even remember none of the team names. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Oh, I know. Anyway, but I know that some of my co-workers, and yes, I'm about to go over there. Some of my co-workers at UPS, I know at least one. Not everybody, but I know at least one may be struggling very badly with depression, anxiety, thoughts of suicide. Because, I deal with it every day. I deal with those things every single day. And you can't take no break from it. You can't take no break from it because it can just randomly come on at any given time. But I know there is some people, some of the people that I work with on at UPS. I know at least one person is struggling. And let me just say to my UPS coworkers, if any of y'all are struggling, just know that you're loved, you matter, and today needs you. You're loved, you matter, today needs you, okay? You're loved, you matter, and today needs you. And I'm glad you're here. And I'm glad you're here. To anybody in the city of Memphis who may be dealing with depression, suicide, anxiety, thoughts of suicide, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. And you're not all the terrible things that your mind is telling you. You matter. You're loved. Blooper there. You matter. You're loved. You matter to somebody. And people ask me, well, people don't want to ask me, but if people were to ask, let's per her to say, people were to ask, why do I have such a knack or passion is what I'm looking for helping people who deal with these challenges? Well, number one, it's because I went through some of those challenges myself. I've been there. I've been there. I've been to the absolute rock bottom of dark thoughts. Um, I've been there feeling like you're trapped in a box. Um, like the pain just won't go away. Um, I've been in there. And I speak about this because so other people can speak about it too. Um, it's okay not to be okay. And don't be afraid to speak up or talk to somebody if you're going through something. If you're going through if you're going through depression, anxiety, if you're having suicidal ideation, thoughts of suicide, you know, it's okay to speak to somebody. Um, I would encourage you to find somebody who can listen. How do I pronounce the word? Listen empathetically. Empathetically is how you pronounce it. Um, Find somebody who will understand where you're coming from. Find somebody who won't judge you. Um, so that's why I do it. I've been there before as someone who has attempted suicide, as someone who has self harmed again, as somebody who still some days thinks about ending my life, depression, anxiety. You know, I've been there. And I've had a few people come to me and say, hey, Sean, I've dealt with this, and this. And I've been watching your videos, and so yeah. So yeah. Um, I know one of my coworkers at well, not coworkers, but friends. One of my friends at UPS, friend slash co-worker. They're both. um, as we were walking, as it was break time, she came up to me and she said, the videos that you put out on YouTube, I got to get my daughter to start watching that. You thought I forgot about how that did, didn't you? I'm not gonna say her name, Courtney. Um, but yeah, people coming up to me saying, "Hey, I got to get my daughter to watch her channel." No, um, that means you're having a pretty positive impact on people. Um, so yeah. If I'm having people telling me, appreciate what you're doing, I got to get my dog. I got to get my kids to watch that. I love what you're doing on your YouTube. We need some of that. We need eat that. You know, yeah. Because somebody needs to hear the words, I'm glad you're here. You're not a burden. You're not a failure. You're loved. You're matter. Stay. Today needs you. And so yeah. That's why I do it. I've been there. I'm glad everybody who's watching this video, to all my coworkers at UPS, and to anybody out there who may be struggling, dealing with the things that I've dealt with. You matter. You are loved. I'm glad you're here. Okay? Keep going. Dak Prescott had a great quote the other day. He said, how did you overcome? This kid asked him, how did you overcome everything you were going through? And he gave one of the best responses I've ever heard. He said, well, I believe he said this. Well, it's knowing that God is putting me through the winter. I'm going through the winter season, but I also know that God is gonna move me into summertime, which means things were rocky, things were rough, but moving into a different season, summer, things will get hit better. And I think that's one of the best quotes. Yeah, so yeah. All right. I think I've said everything that I've wanted to say. I actually have the pregame for football on right now. If you're wondering why I keep on moving my eyes up like this, it's because I'm glancing up for about 2 seconds. So, yeah. You are loved. You matter. Stay. Today needs you. And one more time, for anybody, co-workers, co-workers, family members, friends, teammates, girlfriend, I'm glad you're here. Keep on going. Stay. Today needs you. The world is a better place with you in it. I'm done. Peace out, y'all. I'm glad you're here.